Hello there. Just making sure everything's working okay. Hopefully, great thing is I've managed to remove the OneStream Live branding from the image, which is great. So today I'm Dr. Allie. I'm a functional medicine doctor, a UK general practitioner, a private natural health doctor, and a manager in Lifewave, which is what we're talking about today. So I really feel that, and I'm an energy healer, so I understand a bit about energy, and we're going to talk today about can liberate your life, both from the point of view of your health and the point of view of your wealth. So bear with me while I just set up the PowerPoint presentation, get rid of all the pieces of software that are running that shouldn't be, and I hope you're having a lovely day. Right, so now we can share. This is where we discover we can't share the screen. Yes, got it. Right. So I actually need to swap which I'm sharing. First time I've used it in this way. Yay, now we're getting somewhere. Great. Hopefully you can hear me, you can see me, and we're off. So today I'd like to talk to you about something that might just take your life, your health, your business, your wealth to a different level. And I'm going to try and keep it short, so I'm going to not talk as much as I usually do. So we're talking about something that is innovative, that is rocking the health and wellness world across the globe, and that activates our stem cells naturally using light. And we're going to talk about that today. These small patches, the size of a band-aid, actually elevate our energy, activate our stem cells, and regenerate our cells. So what is Lifewave? Lifewave produces X39. It's a company that produces X39, which is actually affordable stem cell reactivation technology in a patch. Amazing. And you may have heard about stem cells lately. They've been up and coming as a treatment modality. But stem cells in the usual way of putting them is as an injection into an area of the body that needs some support. And I understood it best when I actually read Tony Robbins' book called Life Force, where he talks about stem cell therapy and a lot of other modern and amazing treatments in depth and the power of the sort of lab investigations that we do in functional medicine and a lot of other things. But stem cell injections cost a lot of money. They're between £8,000 and £35,000 an injection. I know somebody who's got a client who's doing that at £35,000 every 6 months. They don't have guaranteed results. Nothing does in health, obviously, but they have less results. We often see people who've not had any result or response to that. And they are an injection of actual stem cells, either from somebody else or from yourself, that have been washed and activated. We can do that without any invasive processing and without the cost. So what do these patches do? They activate your copper peptide, GHKCU, which then goes on to reactivate your own stem cells. I'm just going to play a video.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
There we go. So I'm Dr. Allie. I've been working with these patches or using these patches for myself and my clients and my friends since February of 2023, so just over a year. And I've seen amazing results. So what is Lifewave? It's a company that was established in 2004. So this year it's 20 years old. And it's open in 87 countries across the world. It's just opened in South Korea. So it is available in a lot of the world. There are some countries that it isn't. It has over 180 patents. And if you know anything about business, you will know that these patents cost a lot of time, effort, energy, and money to obtain, because you have to put a lot of documentation in place, and they cost a lot of money to apply for. So David Schmidt, the creator, has over 180 patents on Lifewave patches and the way that they work, the methodology. And we're in a growth phase. We are now the fastest growing network marketing company in the world. We are also part of the fastest growing team in Lifewave. And it went from $28 million revenue in 2020 to $280 million in 2022. So this is a massive increase because of the relevance of this as both a healing modality and as a business in a time of credit crunch after COVID. So this is something that's been really important for many, many people. And in 2023, it made $420 million. So it's still growing. It's not stopped. It's projected to do $1 billion in revenue in 2025. So David Schmidt is the CEO and inventor of X39. He, as I said, he's applied for over 180 patents. He's a scientist and inventor and actually came from an inventing family, which is why he knows how to invent, but how to safeguard his intellectual property. I often hear of people like doctors creating something, but they often don't know to patent it, and they often lose that IP. He's a specialist in age reversing, and this is a wellness technology, not a medical technology. He's not a doctor, he's an inventor and scientist. And in 2008, he started focusing his attention on stem cell research. The X39 patent, which we're focusing on today, the X39 patent took 10 years and $4.5 million to bring to market because of the research that's necessary, as well as for the application process. Here are some of the phrases from the patent for X39. So its embodiments as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvements in energy, elevation of antioxidants, reduction in inflammation, management of pain, improvements in stamina, elevation of collagen production, improved wound healing, and there is more. And there's no competition for this. It's not a Me Too product. For those of you who are in business or who have been in a networking and direct selling organization before, you know how it can be challenging if you are in a field where there is other technology or there are other products similar to the one that you are marketing. So Lifewave, in the New England Journal of Medicine, they stated that the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells in the bloodstream. These stem cells are cells with the potential to develop into any kind of cell needed. They have the incredible ability to heal and repair any organ or tissue, whether it's your liver, whether it's your eyes, whether it's a wound on the outside of your skin. It can help to repair it. And while our need for adult stem cells increases dramatically as we age, unfortunately, the fact is that over time, fewer of them are released into our bloodstream, and we have fewer active in the body. So why the X39 stem cell activation patch? The thing is, the fewer stem cells you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. And so aging becomes a sort of exponential process. A teenager has about 1 billion active adult stem cells. By age 30, this number has dropped to 400 million. That's a 60% reduction. By age 50, this number has dropped to 250 million, and that's a 75% reduction. And as you can see, by age 80, this number has dropped to 5% of the previous figure. So how does it work? The holy grail of anti-aging is GHKCU copper peptide, and the patch itself is made of organic nanocrystals, which are formulated to activate your own copper peptide, which reactivates your own stem cells. It's non-invasive and non-transdermal, and it uses a 3M medical grade adhesive, so it's hypoallergenic. It tends to not cause allergies, much less so than, say, most plasters. And what happens when you activate your stem cells? Well, what we observe with the X39 patch, we are seeing a rapid pain relief, even with X39 alone. There is another patch for pain, which we're going to come to later, but even with X39, we see a rapid pain relief. For example, with my husband, he had a lot of hand pain from playing American football in his youth. And he was unable to grip things. He was dropping things, unable to open jars and cans and things. And on the third day of using the X39 patch, which we'll show you how to use it in a minute, his pain went away. And it only ever comes back if he forgets a patch for 3 days in a row, which he doesn't, having done it once. We also see a reduction in inflammation, and this can be seen in reduced pain, improved joint movement. We see improvements in things like rheumatoid arthritis and osteoarthritis. Inflammation is just basically the process of irritation, if you like, anywhere in the body, and that can happen in the brain as well. So when we reduce inflammation, we see reduced anxiety as well. We get supported wound healing, and we can see the improvement in wound healing that with using the patch compared to without. So we get wound healing much faster. We see fewer scars. We get improved energy and vitality. That's less tangible to measure, but we have been able to measure it in clinical studies. And we certainly feel people who are using these patches more energized, more vital, more able to get on up and go, more get up and go. So if you're somebody who feels your get up and go has got up and gone, we can help. We also get improved mental clarity, enhanced sports performance, and faster recovery from exercise. So really, really helpful for sportsmen and women and athletes. And we get an improved skin appearance, which is really quite marked. We get reduced fine lines and wrinkles. We get improved plumpness of the skin and a lot besides. So how do you wear the X39? We recommend you wear the patch for up to 12 hours and take it off for at least 12 hours to allow repair and rejuvenation. This also reduces what doctors and pharmacists call tachyphylaxis, which is acclimatization where a drug is no longer effective because the body's got used to it. So taking it off for 12 hours is important. Then you throw away the patch, although some of us put our patches on our dogs. I've got 4 dogs, so they take it in turns to have a patch. You can wear more than one patch at a time, but you do need to have that 12 hours off. But there are different patches, and you can wear some of the other patches during your 12 hours off the X39. One of the most important things is drinking plenty of water. And in patients and clients of mine who have had little effect, it's generally because they're not drinking a lot of water. This assists the patches in communicating the different frequencies to the entire body. So really important, maintaining that hydration, maintaining the channels of energy and fluid throughout the body. These 2 sites that are shown on the image show the 2 sites that we recommend for using the X39. You can put elsewhere. These are the ones that were used in studies because clinical studies need consistency of position in order to be able to compare like with like. However, if you do put them elsewhere, we tend to recommend using an acupressure point. We tend to use the acupuncture meridians in our positioning. Although if you have got a lot of pain or somewhere that needs some wound healing, obviously it's fine for you to position it there. But do remember, these patches are having a systemic effect. So even if you're putting your patch over an inflamed shoulder, the effect will also be felt over your fatty liver, for example, or over some skin here. It's felt throughout the body, and the body knows where it needs healing and will move the stem cells to where it's most needed. So what do we see with long-term results with X39? These are 80 case studies that we're talking about now. In the first few days, we find that 4,000 genes begin to reset. And indeed, that is the scientific research evidence from activating copper peptide GHK-Cu. Within 6 weeks, we find the brain becomes balanced. You get decreased symptoms of anxiety and depression, and even decreased symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. Within 3 months, we see an increase in collagen. This has the effect of increasing hair growth, reducing hair loss, decreasing wrinkles, increasing the structural integrity of both your skeletal and your muscular systems. Within 6 months, we actually have observed the heart reversing in age. So nowadays we have technology that allows us to measure cardiovascular age. You may have heard of things like the CT calcium scan. And you may have friends or relatives who've come back and said, oh, my cardiac age is 10 years older than me, something like that. In a recent study, 14 out of 15 people managed to lower their vascular age on average 8 years. That's an average, just after using X39 for 6 months. So this is why we're saying it's not just anti-aging. There's a lot of talk of anti-aging these days because we can see that people are having maybe longer lifespans, but not longer health spans. And we want to live well into our old age. This is actually age reversing. So we're seeing this amazing effect. And these are just a few of the effects of the X39 long term. We are seeing far more impact than this, many. So, for example, if you just to take me, for example, I'm pretty healthy. I live a very healthy lifestyle, partly because of my family history of diabetes. I'm careful from that point of view. I have an underactive thyroid, so I obviously live fluoride-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, mostly dairy-free, apart from some yogurt and cheese, which are fermented. That's the way I recommend people with thyroid issues live. And that's partly functional medicine. But I also have an excellent diet. We grow our own food. So with that background, and I supplement twice a day regularly. with that background, I'm less likely to see tangible impact from the X39 than somebody who's got severe symptoms. And what I experienced was improved sleep within the first 2 days. I had an improved mood. So it's very difficult to feel low when you're on these patches, no matter what's going on around you. I found reduced wrinkles on the upper chest, which I noticed at 3 months. But the only reason I noticed it then and not before was because I didn't think about it. I've noticed reduced buttock pain that I had that was really quite debilitating whenever I was sitting. And as I have an online business, I sit a lot. And when I was driving to our holiday twice a year in Devon, I was in pain the whole time and had to keep shifting. And I would get this pain within about 10 or 15 minutes of starting to sit. That by September, so that's 7 months of using X39, that had reduced drastically. And by 9 months after starting using it, the pain had disappeared completely. I also noticed that slight diarrhea that I had had for 4 or 5 years had disappeared, that gradually settled. And generally, I'm finding, I also noticed one of the symptoms of underactive thyroid is loss of hair of the outer corners of the eyebrows, shorter or loss of eyelashes, loss of the hair of your legs. Those have all reversed, and my eyebrows have grown back. My eyelashes are longer. Now, I only noticed that in about January, so getting on for 11 months after starting using X39. I was putting my mascara on and spotted and just realized that I was actually putting mascara on lashes that weren't there before. Now, these obviously they're mild. They're things that niggle. If you're a woman over 40 or 50, you may be in that place. But let's talk about people who have more profound effects. So one of my new brand partners had tennis elbow, and once she started using the Icewave, which is the pain-killing patch, that disappeared, and she's been sleeping better. If you think about another of my brand partners, she works at the Hunt, and she had a lot of ankle pain that disappeared very rapidly with X39 alone. That was all she was trying out. And we've seen some amazing testimonials. Now, before I go any further with these testimonials, etc., I would like to point out that X39 Lifewave patches, they are not pharmaceuticals, they are not medical devices, they are wellness devices. That means that they are not intended to treat, cure, diagnose, or ameliorate the symptoms of any disease. What they do is they activate your own body's ability to heal through this wavelength work. So let's look at how we recommend you take it. So first of all, we recommend using a 90-day protocol. So the absolute minimum you should trial the X39 for is 90 days. If you trial it for just 30 days, you might as well not bother. The trouble is, yes, some people see results within an hour, within a week, within a few days, within a month, but a lot of people don't. And I'd hate for you to miss out on an opportunity for healing because you are impatient. So I want you to be prepared to try it for at least 90 days. What I in fact recommend is that you use it for 90 days plus an additional month for every decade of life. So if, like me, you're 56, you'd want to try it for 6 months plus the 3 months, so 9 months before giving up on it. And I know that's a long time, but let's face it, your body has been affected by your diet and lifestyle, the pollution around you, the stress you're under for a long, long time. And so it's not going to heal overnight. And remember to drink lots of water. This is a great website. I'd go there now, but jot it down or take a screenshot of this. This is itinfo.com. This is a website that explains so much about X39, everything you would want to know, but you don't have to delve into the depth. You can find out just at a superficial level if that's what you want to do at your personality. So it has links to deeper knowledge, links to the patents, links to scientific studies, links to testimonials. It's a great website. and a really helpful tool for us to have businesses with Lifewave. So what does David Schmidt feel about X39? He feels it's his greatest achievement. Having a product that works this quickly and provides this many benefits seems like a miracle or too good to be true. And it's simply applying the magic of stem cells to the human body. And he's very, very humble, David Schmidt. He sees this as work that came to him from a higher power. And so he doesn't take ownership of the knowledge. He's just put it into action, which is wonderful. This is part of a study that's actually in the Lifewave back office, and I'm going to be talking about this study. Probably I'll talk about it next Monday. I've started a series of YouTube lives on Monday evenings at 8 o'clock where I go through some science related to Lifewave. And I was so taken with all the beautiful images on this particular study that I thought I would take the opportunity to go through that next Monday. So this is scans showing the energy in the inflammation in the body. The X39 is placed on the back of the neck, and these are topography, and red means a high level of inflammation. So in session 1, without any X39, there's inflammation in the brain as shown by the red area on the first circle. Very little stem cell activity and lack of brain coherence. Those were measured separately. So although this picture is great, they also measured stem cell activity. They measured brain coherence as well as inflammation in the brain. In session 2, which was after 3 weeks on X39, there's no more inflammation. The redness is gone and there's improved brain coherence. In session 3, which is 6 weeks on X39, there's a complete turnaround, improved stem cell activity and better brain coherence. As you age, the stem cells in your organs, including the brain, the heart, the liver, everywhere go dormant. And we want to reactivate them so that we can feel better and heal. So we also see inflammation. This is another image showing inflammation reduction in 30 minutes. So what we see here, this is after just 30 minutes with the X39. You can see this image is before and this image is 30 minutes after X39. You can see the difference in the amount of inflammation in the shoulders in this person. And then this is the front of their torso. Again, before and after, a drastic difference. Then if we look at the hands, those of you who work in the health industries know that people have a lot of hand pain. This joint here that's shown there at the base of the thumb, it's the first joint that's affected by osteoarthritis very commonly. And also it's effective in rheumatoid arthritis. Here we can see the amount of inflammation in this woman's hands. And then the second pic is after 30 minutes. And all she was doing, she was carrying a patch of X39. She wasn't actually applying it locally to the hands. She didn't put it on it. She was just carrying it. So 30 minutes, really great effect. And then people say, well, is it a placebo effect? Well, we can see that it isn't. Here we've got horses. This horse, this actually the, it might be the energy enhancer. It's a, it was a patch that applied to this horse, and you can see how much the here's before. The white and the purple are even more inflammation than the red, and here is after applying the patch. Now we also have videos showing the impact live on horses that have a lot of pain and show the reduction in pain, so it's great. And here we've got an amazing situation. This is a video. This little dachshund had paralyzed back legs. Then after 4 days on X39, that's the same dog. Incredible. We truly have something remarkable in our hands here, and we really do need to get it into as many hands as possible. So let's look at some of the visual improvement that we see with X39 patch. Here you see on the left, this lady, this is one of the things that really struck me. So this lady here, she's on day 1. You can see the bags under her eyes, wrinkles around the mouth. Bless her, we're all a bit like that, aren't we? Wrinkles on the forehead. Here we have day 42, and you can see a reduction in the wrinkles in the bags here. And here she's at day 355. We've also have seen pictures of her at year 2 as well, 2 years after you starting to use the patch. And the transformation is incredible. So the skin is lighter. There's just far fewer wrinkles. The skin is much plumper, and she's just looking and feeling much better. Here we have some very obvious reduction in wrinkles around the eyes. This lady is amazing. If you look at the wrinkles around the lips and around the eyes, and the lightness, the energy, the aura of this lady has changed completely after 1 year on X39. This lady down at the bottom left, we have a reduction in age spots and wrinkles, and she looks much younger after just 9 weeks of X39. And here we have some changes around the neck and the lips over time, over 5 months, day 1, day 30, and at 5 months. And there are some diseases, some situations, health situations that in medicine we don't really see an improvement. This gentleman had vitiligo, which is an autoimmune disorder. And even though it's an autoimmune disorder, and in functional medicine we do know ways of supporting autoimmunity and helping to reverse it, I've still not seen improvements like this. You see these patches of vitiligo on his forehead, they've gone completely. This is amazing. So that's after 3 months on X39. This lady with Bell's palsy, she'd actually had that facial paralysis for 18 months, and she was stuck with it. Sometimes Bell's palsy is reversed by the high doses of steroids that we give people, but not always. And in this case, she had become used to it. And the reason she's wearing the eye patch is because with Bell's palsy, you can't close your eye fully, and therefore the cornea gets very sore, gets damaged because of being too dry. And then after just 3 months of X39, look at that, amazing. And then psoriasis. Psoriasis is another autoimmune disorder, skin condition causing thickening of the skin, very itchy, and can be very debilitating and difficult to control. Here we have before X39, after 12 hours, after 36 hours and 10 days. So when you're looking at a 3-month course of daily use, this improvement after just 10 days is amazing. And then I told you a bit about wound healing. This lady's obviously had an operation, maybe a carpal tunnel operation. And you can see after 12 days, there's a big improvement in the wound healing. Obviously, we've not got photographs of what normally happens to compare this with. This person has an injury here, which is a laceration. So after 21 days, it had healed up enormously. This chap I would reckon he's had a fall to cause that sort of injury. He's put the patches on his face around the injury. And after 7 weeks, there's a really good wound healing here. Now, we know with young people, they heal well. They've already got a lot of stem cells. So you sort of wonder, do they benefit from the X39? They absolutely do. And even with those stem cells that these young people have, this chap, I think it was a falling off a skateboard type of injury. And he had a lot of injuries, but they're superficial, aren't they? But even so, after 5 days, I wouldn't expect it to be this much healed with just in the normal run of things. This little child, he shut his finger in the door and the end came off. So his parents took the end and took the boy to A&E or the ER as it probably was, and asked them to sew it back on. They didn't hold out much hope. As you can see from the blackened nature at the beginning, this shows that there's no blood supply to the tip of the finger. We wouldn't expect that to survive. But gradually over time, the blood supply came back. And after 21 days, he's got a fully functioning finger. Again, this is a young child and they've got more stem cells. So we know they will heal more easily, but this is extraordinary. Another thing that we don't see improving in other areas is hair loss. So Male pattern baldness, so common. Any men out there who would like to lose their baldness, then this is one way. So this is after just 7 weeks. This is after 6 weeks in another gentleman. And here we've got a process over 3 months with severe alopecia here, and it's improving so much. How about athletes? Well, there's a lot of athletes who use the patches. They're safe for Olympic athletes to use. You've got Michael Phelps, the well-known Olympic gold swimmer in 2004. He is using the energy enhancer at that stage, because in 2004, David hadn't yet created the X39, and the energy enhancer is great for athletes because it gives them extra energy for that day that they are performing. So here we've got Serena Williams using it as well. And here we have David Beckham, the footballer. Here is using the energy enhancer as well. And then Lorenzo Savadori, he used the X39 over his pituitary gland there on the third eye, because it helps with focus, and he has found that really helpful.
When I started Lifewave and was doing an evaluation of how to market this, I was thinking about radio and TV. I approached GNC, who wanted to market the product, looked at infomercials and talked to companies about doing that. We did some testing. And I had an experience where a fellow that was a business friend introduced me to somebody. We had a business lunch, and then he ran into somebody in a movie theater who was interested in investing in Lifewave. I met with that guy, and then he introduced me to a medical doctor, who introduced me to another medical doctor who was friends with Coach Richard Quick at Stanford University. So in about a 3-week period of time, I went from sitting at a lunch in Buford to being out at Stanford University putting patches on Olympic swimmers with Richard Quick, a 6-time US Olympic coach. And when I really thought about that, I said, this would never have happened with the product sitting on the shelf at GNC. Would never happen. Yeah. This is all networking. I need to go back and reevaluate this. And so in July of 2004, I flew out to California. I was invited there by Coach Quick to see the Olympic trials. And when I landed, he said, well, we have an issue. The Olympic Committee thinks that there's drugs in these patches, and they want you to, explain what the technology is. So I met with this fellow, Dr. Scott Rodeo, explained what the patches were. They took them down to UCLA microanalytical lab, validated, there were only natural materials in the patches, and we were vindicated. But over 1,000 people contacted me wanting to buy the product and be a distributor for this new technology. And it was like, okay, the alarm bells went off. Clearly, what God is telling me, this is supposed to be a network marketing company. And 3 months later, on November 10th of 2004, we started sales. We did $500,000 in business our very first month. Wow. And 17 million in sales for 2005. So it was a very, very clear sign. This was where our home was supposed to be.
Wow.
That's
amazing. And so a lot of people ask me who aren't familiar with network marketing or who've heard bad things about network marketing, why is it done as a network marketing rather than just a retailing? That explains it. It spread like wildfire over within just 2 or 3 weeks, and it's meant to be. And at the same time, it's empowering so many people across the world. So let's look at the X39 Foundation Lifewave patch. That's the main one. This is the one we recommend everybody go on and start using. But let's look at the supportive products. So there are several other patches which you can talk to the person who invited you this talk to them about. So first of all, there's the X49, which increases muscle mass, bone density, heart health. It helps with stamina. And so bone density in conjunction with X39. So I recommend my osteoporosis patients, because I'm a menopause and women's health doctor, to use the combination if they're concerned for bone density. There's the Icewave, which is for acute pain reduction. It has no side effects, and it causes a reduction in pain in as little as 10 seconds. So we have a way of adjusting the site until the placing of the patches until we get that pain reduction. The glutathione, which is an immune booster, you may know that glutathione is the body's master antioxidant, and we've actually found there's a 200 or 300% increased level of glutathione when we add the Y-age patch to the X39. There's already an increase in glutathione with the X39 patch. The carnosine patch, that improves brain function, memory and focus, and it also lengthens telomeres. If you haven't heard about telomeres and anti-aging, telomeres are the caps on the end of the limbs of the chromosomes, and they shorten with age. So if you're lengthening it, we found that increases longevity. Then Aeon, which is a really great patch, it reduces stress and inflammation. So it reduces inflammation in the body, and that actually has the effect of reducing stress. It improves mood and it improves inflammation generally in the body. So if you have any inflammatory process, any itis, so arthritis, gastritis, any of these itises, that means there's inflammation in the body. The Silent Nights patch regulates sleep by increasing melatonin and improves the quality of sleep. And in one study, it improved the quantity of sleep by 66% in people with insomnia. Then the energy enhancer that we mentioned with the athletes, this increases energy, improves fat burning, and increases endurance. The SP6 is marketed for weight and appetite and reducing cravings, but it also aids hormones and it aids digestion. The Alavida, which is not available in South Africa and the UK, it helps with vibrant skin, reduces wrinkles and builds collagen. And we're all hoping that this will be brought to our countries before long. And then the AccuLife, which is also, well, I've just spotted it in the UK back office now. So I think it's become available to us in the UK in the last week. It's intended for animals. It's actually exactly the same as the Lifewave patch, as the Icewave patch, this one here, the painkiller, but it's marketed for horses and dogs. So inflammation and pain reduction. So what about testimonies? Do go ahead and to take a picture or get that QR code and open the Telegram group that we have, where we host a load of testimonials. We have well over 500 testimonies grouped into categories, which makes it easy to find them. But as I've said before, Lifewave products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. And these success stories are based on personal accounts, do not reflect what another person may experience. So everybody's body is unique and different. When something, the X39 helps one person's arthritis, it may not help the next person's. If it helps somebody's trigeminal neuralgia in 2 hours, it may not help another person's trigeminal neuralgia for 7 months. Tinnitus is an example. One person we know of had an improvement in their tinnitus by 70% improvement in 2 hours. Another person needed 7 weeks before it improved, 7.5 weeks before it improved, but now it's gone completely. So within those testimonies, you can see the different groups here, the different titles, the different areas of the body that are affected, that we have testimonials for. Now, different from medical studies, with testimonials, these are real human beings with real things wrong with them, which means they've got breast cancer and endometriosis, or they've got COPD and ischemic heart disease and diabetes. So those cases will be listed under each of those illnesses. So it's not that we are pulling the wool over your eyes if you see the same testimonial in 3 places. But the other thing is, it's far more relevant to the people you know, your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your uncle, yourself maybe. And so it's much more relevant to human beings as we know them in today's world, where chronic inflammation and pollution are affecting so many of us. So these are some more of the groups within that group. You can see it's a very comprehensive testimonial group. We've got lupus, we've got restless leg syndrome, we've got osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, sports, nerve tissues, Asperger's. We've seen improvements in autism and ADHD. We've seen improvements in cystic fibrosis and acid reflux. So do have a look there and peruse some of those testimonials relevant to you and your friends and relatives. So what about the prices? We're going to now come into the sort of nitty-gritty side of this, because you're probably asking yourself, well, this sounds amazing. How much is it going to set me back if I give it a try? I really want to give it a try. I know 5 people who what I really feel would benefit from this. If these are the sort of things that are going through your mind, you'll be wanting to know how much they are. So as I said, stem cell injections are around 10,000 for a full course, but that is actually not the case. It's actually a lot more in a lot of cases, and it's a 50% chance it won't work. Whereas Lifewave patches, we are seeing to be more effective at a fraction of the cost. So the retail price is $149.95 for X39 and X49, and $79.95 for the other patches. And depending on what country you're in, there will be shipping and tax added to that. So in the UK, we do have VAT added to that, which is a bit of a stinger, I have to admit. And then there's the wholesale price. So the wholesale price is $99.95 for the X39. So you could potentially buy them at wholesale price and sell them at retail price and make that uplift. So enrollment kits. So how do I sign up? You may have decided, well, actually, I'm going to give this a go. I definitely want to share it with 5 of my friends. I'm really interested in this. So let's look at that. First of all, you could go for the bronze pack, which just contains 1 sleeve of X39. That's $124.95, which includes $25 for signing up, but that is waived for the larger kits. And remember, that's just 1 sleeve. 1 sleeve contains 30 patches, so that's 1 month worth of X39. With the silver pack, that's $299.95 for 3 sleeves of X39. So you can see you've got a reduction in the cost there. You can mix and match, so it's 3 sleeves of X39, or for example, you could put in 2 sleeves of X39, 1 of Silent Nights and 1 of Icewave, for example. The gold pack is $499.95. In the European Union, these prices are in euros, so there's a slight adjustment, but everywhere else it's in dollars for consistency. And the gold pack includes 5.5 sleeves of X39, or again, you can swap some round. So it would include 5 sleeves of X39 and 1 sleeve of Silent Nights as it stands, but you can change that around. And this is what I encourage people to start off with, so that they're getting their 3 months trial of X39 and 3 other packs to try, 3 other types of patches to try. And then there's the platinum level, which is $999.95. You get 12 sleeves of X39 or mix and match, and you can really get into that and get a lot of different sorts of patches and really try things out with that one. And then there's a diamond pack, which is the $1,599.95 for 19 sleeve of X39 or 38 sleeves of the other patches. And that's if you're a serious business builder. There's a lot of benefits to buying that pack. I personally started at gold, and then at the end of the month, as soon as I had the money, I graded to diamond because I could see the benefits of that. So with the diamond pack, your X39 patches are only $84. And if you decide that if you decide looking at your finances, you can only manage the silver pack, so a three months of the X39, maybe 1 for you, 1 for a relative, and 1 to try out different people. That's fine. When you get to a month later, you could upgrade to gold and pay the difference and just have the difference in sleeves. So you'd have an extra 2.5 sleeves of X39 or that equivalent when you'd upgraded like that. So you can upgrade, which is very helpful within the business. And, in depth with the business, talk to the person who invited you to this talk to find out a little bit more about what we mean by the business. So Lifewave company growth, as I said, it's been exponential. It's a 20-year-old company and it is continuing to grow just as interest in stem cells is increasing. And even across the UK, people are talking about this. So you have an incredible opportunity before you today, the opportunity to bring the healing power of light to everyone around you. It's the right place, the right time, and the right product. So now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the business side. So if you're not interested in that, you're very welcome to leave now. There is a place for everyone in Lifewave. You can be a wholesale customer, you can be a referral partner, or you can be a business builder or entrepreneur. And we are here to support you with this. So I'd like you to sit back and reflect for a moment. I've been talking very fast. Take a deep breath. What is most important in your life? Is it family? Is it time freedom, security, travel, better health, less debt? We can help you with these, and it's not just health that we can help you with. So there are 4 ways to earn with Lifewave. You can earn retail profits, so you can buy them at that wholesale price and sell them at the retail price. You can have a product introduction bonus. You get a product introduction bonus for every pack that that you introduce people to, and I will show you that in a moment. Binary commissions, and there is the matching bonus. Apologies about that. So the retail profits, first of all, you can purchase products at the wholesale price and share with people at the retail price. You do have to charge the retail price if you are selling online, for example. And we recommend you do that because, after all, you've paid for the tax and shipping. You make sure you charge VAT if you're in the UK on your retail price. Okay, so that's the difference there. So your profit can be $50 with the X39 and $10 with the other patches, as well as the joy of seeing people really get an improvement in their symptoms. The product introductory bonus, which is payable when you personally enroll a new member, if you've signed up with one of these packs. If you sign up somebody with a bronze pack, you get $15. Silver, you get $50. Gold, you get $100. Platinum, you get $150, and diamond, you get $200. So there is this. This is one of the great things about this particular company, in that I see you easily being able to make back your initial outgoings on that income. If you are if you buy the diamond pack, then you get an additional bonus in that for the first 90 days, you get your monthly order paid for, already covered by your initial pack. And you get a 300 instead of 150 for platinum people that you sign up, and 500 instead of 200 for diamond. Then we have the binary. Now, this is complicated. It'll take you about 5 times watching this to really understand this. So don't worry if you leave this confused. I completely understand. And we do have several really good videos which are, to be honest, the understanding any compensation plan with a network marketing company. So unlike many companies that require you to build 5 or more teams, we are just building 2 teams. So Lifewave pays unlimited depth up to $25,000 a week on team commissions. What this means is, if this is you, you will be paid for all of the people on your left and right, even those that they bring in, and even those that the people above you brought in who are placed below you. There is also matching bonus, which is an additional bonus, and this is on YouTube. This is one of the videos that's available, step-by-step basics, easy to understand, and helps you to understand this. So Richard Branson, love him. So if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes and then learn how to do it later. Don't just hold and sit on the fence, because while you're sitting on the fence, things may change. Right. So first of all, a Lifewave X39 overview. I'm going to do one at 8 o'clock UK time on this YouTube channel every Tuesday. On Monday at 7 o'clock UK time, we have it on Zoom from the South African team. And on Wednesday at 7 o'clock, we also have a presentation. At 5 o'clock UK time, we also have a Zoom presentation from America. That's a short 30-minute presentation. And we also have team training, 8 p.m. on Thursdays, 7 p.m. on Thursdays on Zoom, 6 p.m. on Saturdays. And I also do team training for my team as well. So let me just stop share. Right. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that inspired you. I hope you're as excited about Lifewave and the opportunity to help many more people than I ever could in a GP practice with 10-minute appointments. I hope you will be considering joining us. If you get back to the person who invited you to this talk, then they will be able to explain to you what steps to go to next. If it was me that invited you, or you came across me from my marketing, then I will put information underneath the YouTube video with how to find out more. Lovely to see you, Dr. Allie. Have a great day. Bye.